Welcome. This is a video that shows you ways that you can open, release, stretch, and strengthen your hip flexors. Your hip flexors and your core work together. If one is tight and not functioning really well, it's likely the other one is too. Often we are in pain around our hips and hip flexors, and we think, okay, because we're in pain, because they're already tight, I'm not going to work that area. I'm not going to condition it. Well, unfortunately, that is the reason it stays tight. So here are a few movements that I like to incorporate into my own regime to make sure that not only do my hips stay open and released, especially if I've been cycling or sitting down for long periods of time, but also they want to stay as conditioned as possible so that they are strong enough to carry me through my run, to walk me up a hill, and to take the sitting and standing that happens throughout the day. Okay, so as always, let's start off with opening up those hips. So kneeling, if you want to get yourself down next to something that you can help balance with, that's fantastic. Make sure that this knee is comfy. So if you need to put a towel, a cushion, anything underneath it, no worries. From here, first thing I'm going to do is make sure that I have tucked that tailbone away. I'm lifting up the lower abdominals. Already for myself, I'm feeling a stretch. You might not be, that's fine. I'm already in a hip flexor stretch. I'm now going to maintain the alignment of my pelvis as I push forward into my front leg. I'm going to hold it here. I'm going to breathe into the stretch for another 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to come up. Once I've come up, I'm going to pop the pelvis out, relax for a second, then tuck the tailbone, draw up the lower abdominals, push the hips forward, holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Great. Let's swap that over. Let's go for the other side. Same thing. Making sure I'm square. Tuck that tailbone away. Already feeling that hip flexor stretch. From here, keeping the alignment of the pelvis, but pushing the shape forward so that I can feel that stretch running all the way up. Drawing in your lower abdominals. You want to imagine that your lower abs are part of this stretch. Theoretically, they kind of are. Okay, so another 3, 2, 1, and coming up. When I come up, I pop the pelvis out, just give it a bit of a breather. Tuck the tailbone, draw up through the lower abdominals, push the hips forward. Holding it here. I'm not leaning on this thigh, okay? I'm just resting. My spine is still nice and upright for 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Great. From there, I'm going to come into a seated position as much as possible. Okay, so if this is really challenging for you, I want you to elevate yourself on either a yoga block or a cushion or a bolster or a step, but you want to be as straight spined as possible. Now, sometimes what helps is for you to align yourself with the wall, okay, for a little bit of support from the wall. So if that's you, if that sounds like you, go ahead and grab the wall. Okay, the legs are extended in front of me, and I actually want to get them as parallel as possible, so as in line with my hips as possible. Now, because I don't necessarily need the wall, I'm going to be here with my hands crossed in front of me. I'm going to point the toes, so I want to open that ankle as much as possible, not flex. We want to open the ankle. Sitting up nice and tall, I'm going to start to lift one leg and lower, followed by the other. Lift and lower, and lift and lower, and lift and lower. Scoop your lower abdominals. Keep your quads as activated as possible. One more on either side. Lift and lower. Last time. Lift and lower, and rest. Now, if you're not using the wall, it's going to be really hard to stay upright. You can, of course, put your hands behind you. Just don't be leaning too far back. We want this angle as tight as possible. Okay, I'm now going to flex the feet. Repeat the same thing with flexed feet. Here we go. Lift and down. 2 and down. 3 and down. 4 and down. 5 and down. 6 and down. 2 more. 7 and down. Last one. 8 and down, and relax. Fantastic. You can, of course, increase to lifting both at the same time. That gets a little bit more challenging and does require a bit of a change in the body, and we'll cover that in a different video. For now, last exercise of this sequence, we're going to lie down onto our backs, and we're going to bring one leg up into a tabletop position. My left leg is up, so my right arm is going to meet my left thigh. I'm going to drop the belly button and create pressure between my thigh and my hand. Okay, so I'm pushing my leg towards me and I'm pressing it away with my hand. I'm holding it there for 5. You should start to feel a little bit of sensation right into the hip flexor, almost into the groin area. Okay, so right in that crease. 2, 1, and relax it down. I'm going to just find the setup on the other side. Driving my knee towards me, driving my hand into the knee, holding that there, drop the belly button down. We're here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now, that pressure that you've just set up is exactly what you want to find on every single bicycle we're about to do. So, legs come up. We come up with the shoulders into a curl. I'm now going to go opposite and hold 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Hands come back, legs come back. Other side. Pressure. 3, 2, 1. And in, nice and slow. 3, 2, 1. And in, other side. 3, 2, 1. Let's do one more rep each side. Pressure through that hand and thigh. 3, 2, 1. And other side. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And relaxing it down, hugging those knees into the chest. From there, coming up, and there you go. Those are a few super helpful tools to open up and condition the hip flexors. A really important area to pay attention to if you are seated all day, if you enjoy any form of recreational running, cycling, anything. Our hip flexors are working all the time, and we want to make sure that they are feeling okay. Thank you for joining, and if you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, let us know in the comments or hit like and subscribe, and thank you very much.